Left-handed people, what's a struggle that right-handed people won't understand? I had some family that were left-handed, and writing in English always resulted in the ink/lead getting on their hands when in school or writing for a long period of time. Scissors can be a surprising challenge. People just don't get it when I say I have to sit in certain spots at the table. Everyone be like, get in, and I'm like, nah, I'll be on the end, thx. Fucking can openers. Buying a left-handed can openers was eye-opening. Playing cards are hard to arrange. You can't hold a measuring cup and see the measurements on the side or use the spout. My broom handle wants to unscrew every time I use it. Now that I know it's easier to watch out for. And yeah, I tested it awkwardly using my right hand grip and did not have that issue. Chairs with right-handed writing boards. Oh, you want a guitar? We only have this one, and it's $300 more than the righty version, and it just doesn't feel right, but what are you gonna do? Being taught to tie your shoe by a right-handed person, and everyone else gets it but you. Partially relevant, but I recently moved into a house renovated by a left-handed architect for him and his left-handed wife. You forget how much everything is designed for right-handed people that you get used to. Every lock and doorknob turns the wrong way. Every tap turns anti-clockwise. Even the toilet roll holder is on the left. They left that nonsense out of the building report. Cooking utensils like angled spatulas and such. Can't use them left-handed unless they are made for lefties. But it's lots of fun to see right-handers try to use left-handed utensils. You don't get to choose who you sit next to in exam venue. Thankfully this isn't a thing anymore, but my father is deaf in one ear and stutters as a side effect of being left-handed, well, a side effect of my grandfather and one of his teachers hitting him for using his left hand because it's demonic, or whatever. As a lefty, I had no idea the crown and buttons on an analog watch were supposed to be easy to access and use. Always had to take my watch off to adjust the time or date or whatever. And then I watched a right-handed person just do it after our plane landed. Righties don't even know how easy they have it. Eating beside a right-handed person when they're on your left. Some kettles are made such that you can only see the water level if you hold it with your right hand. All left-handed people must become ambidextrous in some capacity. Nearly everything related to hand usage, from doors to scissors to writing desks, touchscreen UIs, dining etiquette, headphones, sport equipment, early childhood education, factory machinery, etc., all of it is designed for right-handed people. My wife is left-handed, so many little things are catered for right-handed persons. An ATM has the card slot and keypad on the right side. A measure cup has the lines left of the handle, requiring to turn it twice in the process. Those are examples of things that aren't problematic but just little things you notice. Automatic weapons eject hot shells directly into my body. People watching you write. Walking into a college course and the only left-handed desk being taken by someone right-handed. It actually makes a huge difference. This year I learned that the bread knife I've been using forever is literally right-handed. As a gag gift my family bought me a left-handed bread knife, where the teeth are on the loaf side while cutting, resulting in me cutting straight, normal slices of bread for the first time in my life. Scissors are my nemesis and tin openers, the hand-held ones, really do struggle with both. Spiral notebooks are basically torture devices. It wasn't until I was in my 30s that I realized they make left-handed bowling balls. I thought bowling was just supposed to make your hand ache after like 3 frames. No wonder I sucked at bowling for so long. Plot twist, I still suck at bowling even when I use a left-handed ball. It's funny, but everything. All of the world is designed with a right-handed bias. So you move through a world that is subtly off for you. It's why most left-handed people are a bit clumsy. I bump and cut myself all the time. I read that left-handed people are more accident-prone and have a lower life expectancy. It's nothing major, but it all adds up. When someone asks you for scissors and you say, "Oh, mine are for left-handed people," and they say, "No problem," and you explain how to use them, which is really easy, and they say, "Alright, I got it," and then not even 2 minutes later they're standing in front of you going, "Can you cut this for me? I can't get it to work," like just push the blades together, my God. Writing. Lefties are effectively pushing the pen across the paper, continually covering up what we write and causing smudges. This is why our handwriting is so bad. Less of a problem I find these days, as we mostly type everything, but when I was at school I often used to see fellow lefties curling their hand above the writing to avoid these issues. I could never do that. Safety box cutters. To keep them from retracting you need to keep your thumb on the slider. It's one-sided. Having to explain that you're actually left-handed, someone sees you using your left hand, oh, are you left-handed? Obviously. Tools and utensils. Scissors, tin snips, can openers to name a few. How many of us are ambidextrous to some extent because of how many things are not built for us? Real challenge finding a decent set of used lefty golf clubs. They're usually at least third hand from a righty, incomplete, and older than most pro golfers. For me, none that I do a lot of things right-handed, two-handed sports like baseball or golf. Righty. Single-handed sports like tennis or throwing a ball. Lefty. Eat and write lefty, guitar righty, yeah, just adapt to what feels comfortable. Foreplay, it freaks out some people who've only ever had right-handed partners. Good musical instruments. Guitars and related instruments in particular. You can play a right-handed instrument upside down but it's suboptimal due to asymmetry. Quality left-handed instruments can be difficult to find or non-existent, and instrument makers might not even want to bother making a custom one. My biggest struggle was people helping. Oh, you're using right-handed scissors and have been your entire life? Here, these are brand new left-handed scissors, let's take you back to when you were 4 and struggling. They were so pleased with their 12-pack of left-handed scissors for the entire school, that my telling them I was fine with the right-handed ones was completely dismissed. Writing on a dry erase board and erasing what you just wrote with your hand. Eating next to a right-handed person. Having to rebind the key bindings of any game I play. I use IJKL do move instead of WASD. Chainsaws. They're designed to have your left hand at the front and the right at the back on the trigger and safety. While I'm now in the habit of having my non-dominant right hand at the back, I used to always unconsciously have my left hand at the back, preferring to control the saw with my dominant hand. And of course, I wasn't safely out of the way if there was kickback. The smudging, the constant smudging. Those fucking table/desk combos. I'm from the UK and moved to Canada for postgrad where I first met these abhorrations. Trying to write on a standard A4 notepad on those cuntish flip-up desk pads made me want to scream my lungs out. I hope the person that designed those is burning in hell like they 100% deserve. Your hand erases what you already wrote on dry erase boards. Playing cards Oswell having to arrange them upside down first then turning them the right way if you know you know. Slicing bread or carving meat. Right buckle in. This is a rant. 1. Drill presses as you pull the handle down on the right, your arm covers the work just at the wrong time. 2. Circular saws, designed to throw the waste over the right shoulder of a normie, but throws it straight in my face. 3. Rulers, I have a LH1, need to use them upside down. 4. The wee button on power tools that make them stay on when a normie presses it with their thumb, triggers itself on 'cause the palm of my hand grips it.